Okay, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to week 3, which is, hold on 1 minute. It is June the 9th through the 15th. We're looking at shopping vocabulary, present and perfect tenses, and ordinal numbers. So you're going to want to study pages 248 to 253, 258 to 259, and 262 to 266. You're also going to want to review pages 200 to 206, 214 to 222, and 230 to 233. After completing this week's assignment, you should all know when to use the imperfect tense and how to correctly form it. You should also be able to identify the names of various specialty stores, what they sell, and other shopping vocabulary. You should also be able to make an oral presentation about your childhood, demonstrating your ability to respond to questions in familiar situations. You should also be able to use the preterite tense, sports, and weather vocabulary to write a paragraph describing what you did last summer. You should be able to identify and recall ordinal numbers. You should also be able to read 2 short texts on an eyewitness account of a robbery and about a traveling package. And you should be able to answer some questions on this reading to demonstrate that you can read and comprehend what you've read in Spanish. All of this week's assignments address student learning outcomes 1, 2, 4, and 5, and they're all due on the 13th. So you want to start this week like all the others with your instructor-made video. So if you open these up, you'll find videos on Chapter 8's vocabulary, the preterite and the imperfect, ordinal numbers, and after you've watched the videos, then you'll go back out to the class participation form, click on the participation form, click on the thread, hit reply, and post any questions or concerns you have about the material covered in the videos. And remember, this is a grade, so you do have to post something. If you don't have any questions or concerns, which I expect some weeks you will not, then just post that I have no questions or concerns. You also have to visit my language labs just like most weeks. This link should take you there, and after you've signed in, it should look something like this. Okay, it should look something like this. I'm making this video in May, so if you're doing your work in May, you're not waiting until June when the assignments are actually due. You'll have to go up to the top and click this button right here. This will take you into June. Okay, and when you toggle over to June, I'm sorry, a minute ago I was in the wrong section, you should see the assignments on the calendar. This week's work is due on the 13th, so you'll go up here, click on your course calendar. I think I'm going to have to toggle again. I should have done that first. I think you can also go to your to-do list. I just personally like to go to the course calendar. Okay. The assignments will pop up in the middle over here. You open up each one, follow the instructions that are given, and then after you're done, you just hit finish and submit for grading. And My Language Labs will go ahead and grade you, so just follow the instructions, fill in what it asks you to, hit finish and submit for grading. If you don't like the score that you've gotten, then just redo the assignment again. You can do it as many times as you would like before the assignment's due date, but if you're doing it more than 3 times, I suggest reaching out to me. Okay, and make sure you do everything that's on the calendar, extra practices and SAMs. If I've assigned it in Moodle, it's assigned. Writing assignment 1, you should see this just below the writing assignment. It's still in the week above because I'm doing these in advance. This is something that you cannot do in advance, any workshops, because they require participation of your classmates, and so we just can't do them in advance because they open up, like you complete one piece and then the next piece opens up, so you can't work ahead on those. So this week you'll open it up and you should see somebody else's writing assignment. You'll go through and provide them with feedback, as well as I'll be going through and providing everyone with feedback, and then the next week you'll be able to see that feedback, and then you'll write your final version of your writing assignment, which I'll actually grade. We also have a reading comprehension quiz this week, so if you open up your reading comprehension quiz, you'll see 2 reading passages. Remember, you only get 1 attempt at these. I think I've given you ample time, 3 hours more than you need, but don't open it until you're ready. You'll see the reading passages here again, and then you're going to have some short answer and some true-false questions, and you answer them based on what you read in those 2 passages. You also have oral dialogue 1, so you should see a little prompt like this. This is oral dialogue 1. It'll be right here. It's the workshop that we did, but obviously I'm making the video in advance, so the workshop is still further up in the calendar, but it will be moved there when you get to this week. You'll open it up and you'll see the script that your classmates provided feedback on, as well as feedback that I gave you, and you'll want to use that feedback to make your recording. So when you open up the oral dialogue, you're going to see what you are supposed to be talking about. I think these videos, this video just tells you again what you're supposed to be talking about, but you can read it if you don't want to listen. Either way. And there's multiple options for doing this assignment, and you can choose which one works for you. Option 1 is using VidGrid, which is what I'm using right now to make this video for you. This video will tell you how to use VidGrid, and you ultimately end up hitting this record button, and then you'll get a URL at the end, and you'll need to paste that into your submission. Option 2 is if you wanted to use some other recording device on your computer, it just tells you how to upload your video to the assignment. Option 3 is Vocaroo. You just go here and you make a recording, and at the end it gives you a link, and you also would have to paste that in the assignment, so you could look at that. Option 4 just tells you how to set up a YouTube account, and then you could use your phone and send your video made from your phone to your YouTube account, and again you would paste your URL into the submission. So you don't have to look at all of those. Those are just various options that you can use. I've given you 4, so hopefully one of those will work for you. I think this says view all. Okay, so I must be in instructor mode. Okay, sorry about that. I wanted to switch to student mode. Okay, in oral dialogue 2, you will see again a little thing like this. This is oral dialogue 2. This time you're critiquing. So when you open it up, you won't see what you wrote, your script. You're going to see someone else's script, and you're just supposed to go through and give them feedback, as well as I will go through and give everybody feedback. And that's everything you have to do for week 3.